The Ball Guy Show starts right now. Hope you enjoy the show. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. What's up, everybody? Hey, if you guys are in the Kaufman area, stop by Eleanor's Coffee. We just tried them out for the first time, and man, great coffee. They're in downtown Kaufman, Texas, and man, great coffee, great customer service, great young owner. She's about 22, 23 years old, and man, what a great little business she has. And like I said, man, just one of the best cups of coffee I've ever had. And like I said, they're in downtown Kaufman. Stop by. I'm one that supports. If you know me, I support mom and pop businesses, small business, just like I support the indie film industry, indie music. You know, they're trying to make it, man. And I think if we all pull together, we support them. You know, they can make an impact, and this young lady is making an impact. And also bring your dog. She gives out free pup cups, which is obviously like a whipped cream in a little cup, and she gives it to your dog. So yeah, stop by. Her address, the address to Eleanor's Coffee, and uh, the Instagram page will be on the description down below. Sorry about that. Man, my guest today is a director, writer, producer, Richard Burgin. Man, let's welcome on. What's up, buddy?
Hey, JC, thank you so much for having me on the show. I am Richard Burgin. I'm the writer and director of the 2022 psychological body horror movie Fang, and I have a number of upcoming movies in the works now, including the Slaughter Brothers Dime Circus, which is set to be filmed in Canada in October this year.
Man, yeah, that's awesome, man. I just saw.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, I just saw Fang, and man, that is, yeah, it's a creepy, it's a scary film. It's a psychological. The good thing is, it's not. It builds up. It builds up. But yeah, we'll get to that. Tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how you got started in film.
Well, thank you so much for the kind words about Fang. Like whenever somebody says, it's like it's really creepy or horrific or disturbing or uncomfortable, I always take that as a compliment.
Absolutely, of course. That is the point. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've lived in the Midwest for most of my life. I lived in St. Louis when I was younger. I live in Chicago now. I lived in Florida with my mom for a year and a half in West Palm Beach. And how I got into filmmaking, I didn't go to film school or anything like that. It was one of those things where, like, when I was a teenager, like, I just sort of realized after watching like a lot of movies that I really enjoyed that this is what I want to do, and kind of watching like these kind of darker movies that are like made for adults, like The Shining, that really blew my mind when I saw it for the first time when I think I was like 14 or about 14 years old. So that's when I kind of realized, there's so much work that goes into this, and film is really an art form. It's not just like, well, there are some great kids movies too, but it definitely opened my mind to some new possibilities, and also my decision as a teenager to become a filmmaker. That's the kind of thing where like you're 18 or 19 and you think you know everything, and you think you got it all figured out, and that you're gonna beat the system and everything's gonna be like easy, because it's your destiny to do this. And as I've found out over the 10 years since then, that is not exactly the case. It's definitely the kind of thing, making movies where it's like it's a roller coaster of ups and downs, crazy things happen, wonderful things happen, But, this is the life I know. I love movies. I'm very passionate about all art forms and storytelling. And I'm going to keep making movies no matter what.
That's awesome. And how long have you been doing it for? How long have you been doing film?
Oh, thank you. Well, I would have originally said that I started doing it when I was 19, but over the past couple of years, I've gone through my files and I've found videos that I made that were even older than that. So really, like when I was in middle school, that was when I started as a filmmaker. They had video editing classes at my school, and that was one of the few classes that I really liked.
And growing up, besides The Shining, which man, yeah, I gotta agree with you. Probably one of the greatest films of all time.
Oh, yeah.
The psychology behind it, and my God, and of course Jack Nicholson, second to none.
Oh,
Second to none.
yeah.
Jack Nicholson he's just superb, and the
And the set
brilliance.
design too, like it really feels like when you're inside the Overlook Hotel. I really haven't seen anything like that in any other movie where it's like it's this giant labyrinth, and it kind of makes me want to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
If it was
Mm-hmm.
real, like I would totally want to visit.
My favorite scene, my favorite part of the entire film was when he is in the bar, at the bar,
Oh yeah.
and he is there sitting, uh, talking to himself, but he's imagining the bartender there, and he goes, "I ain't got no money." He goes,
Oh, your money is no good here,
"Yeah,
Jack.
that's just swell."
Oh yeah.
He is hilarious. He is hilarious. Anyway, but besides The Shining, growing up, what were some of your favorite films and your favorite genres growing up?
Oh, that is a good question to ask, because like when I was a kid, my family was more of a protective family, so I was not really allowed to watch R-rated movies. I saw a few when I was little, like The Matrix. I don't know if my mom knew that it was rated R back then, but I definitely, like when I was a
The Matrix is
kid.
rated R, really?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really seem like it. Like, what's so like graphic
Yeah, it's not.
in it? Yeah.
Maybe because it does. I mean, maybe because some of the curse words. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I mean,
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
but
I mean,
it's
it didn't stop it from making a lot of money, because they always say PG-13 is the rating that is the most profitable. Because then it's like kids think it's like more adult, and then adults think it's okay to show to their kids. So
yeah.
that's the big profitable rating. But when I was a kid, I think generally I was more into comedy and
Okay.
animation. And then since then, I've kind of gradually transitioned more into like being into horror, suspense. But really, I'll watch like any kind of movie as long as it's good. Like I don't really discriminate, and I'm getting like more ideas that are like sci-fi, and I always try to like have a dark comedy element to any movie I make, including Fang. I did intend for a lot of the movie to be funny, which I don't know if anybody else finds it funny but me, but that was my intention.
It did have its comedy in there, and you could tell
That's good.
where you were putting it in there, and some and it's good. I enjoy a good horror when you actually laugh at it at times.
Oh
'Cause let me
yeah.
tell you something. Growing up, now I don't find it as scary. But for example, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, totally.
I mean
No,
the
Freddy
guy.
Krueger is like a very funny character, especially in the sequels. They really leaned into the comedy aspect a lot with Freddy.
Yeah. So so what from the comedies? What were some of your favorite films?
I'm trying to remember what I was thinking back then when I was a kiddo, because it's like so much has happened since then that I'm trying to get back into the mindset of like my 12-year-old self.
What about TV? Did you watch TVs
Oh, I
or
watched The
shows?
Simpsons a lot when I was a kid. That was huge for me.
What was your first film? What was the first film you ever did? What was the first film you ever created or directed?
Oh, that's a good one. I'm well, no, the first film I directed was not all that good. I think I was like 12 or 13, and then it has
Wow.
me like wearing like an alien mask, which is really just like a plate, like over my face, like a paper plate. I think that was the first. There might have been something before that. And then Fang is my first feature length movie, but I did a number of shorter videos and short films before that.
I've been enjoying a lot of short films, and a lot of people don't give credit to short films.
Oh,
Short films,
totally.
uh, and I like that some of the indie film people are doing shorts because it might attract people. Man, this short film was good. Let me see some of their feature films.
Oh,
Um,
totally.
I enjoy short films.
No, a
I
really
do.
well done short film, like, it's its own thing. And I think the big problem, and I was guilty of this before and kind of trying to come up with ideas when I was younger, is that like a lot of short films will try to like put like too much into it. Like there's a lot of people, and I include myself in this category. It's like they want to put like a whole feature film's worth of ideas into a short film, but I think really the short format is ideal when you think about like the simplicity of it, and just kind of like having like a simple idea done really well can be a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and when it comes to short films, I have no seen some films go 20 minutes for a short film. That to
It's going to be
me,
hard to get that into any film festivals if it's 20 minutes.
yeah. But I've noticed that short films are more like they're a scene.
Oh yeah.
Can be part of a film, but they're a scene, and that's it. And I have noticed some short films that, like what you just said, they're trying to throw too much at it, too much going on. I lose interest. I lose interest. So I get what you're saying. Um, you have some upcoming films that they're in production or pre-production. What are they, and which one are you most excited about?
Well, I'm excited about all of my movies. Like, if I always figure, like, film is really one thing where you really have to be passionate about it and excited about what you're doing, or else, like, how the hell are you going to be able to do this?
Makes
Because
sense.
even when you're passionate about it, some days I'm still like, how the hell am I going to do this?
Okay, then tell me the films that are coming out. I think you have quite a few. Tell me some of them. Tell me what some of them are about.
Well, right now on Indiegogo, I'm raising money for the Slaughter Brothers Dime Circus, and it's based on a play that was written by Sean Sullivan. It was originally the play was set to premiere, but then COVID happened, so the original production got canceled, and then they did like an audio version, and then I met Sean Sullivan and his wife Lynn Griffin, who was in the original 1974 Black Christmas. She's the girl who gets killed with the plastic bag. And then right away, like we just hit it off, like right away. Like it felt like, we had known each other for a long time, even though it was our first meeting. So Sean and I started working on making a movie out of the Slaughter Brothers, and the story is about like this circus. It's kind of like not doing so well. And then the different players in the circus all have their own agenda and like things that they want to do to each other. and then a sequence of events leads to some of the clowns start to turn into insects.
Oh wow! I mean, I'm looking at the poster right now, the one that you sent me, and it looks cool as hell.
Oh, thank you.
It looks very cool. Who came up with that poster?
Oh, I'll have to ask Sean. I don't remember off the top of my head because that poster predates when I came on board for the project. But it is a really beautiful poster. It's seeing everything,
It
like
is.
all of the pictures, like from the stage show and the costumes. I was like, damn, this looks amazing, and I would love to be part of it.
That's cool, man. That's cool that you're a part of it. I'm glad you are.
Thank you.
Because I'm telling you, the poster itself, it intrigues. It makes you want. Damn, this is gonna be just the name alone. The Slaughter Brothers Dime Circus. It's gonna be. Holy crap! This is gonna be a scary.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a freaky and creepy film.
Lots of clowns doing unwholesome things.
That's cool. And clowns can be scary, so
totally.
that's good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Tell me now about Fang. How did you come up with Fang? Obviously, that's been your biggest film. That was your first feature length film.
Oh yeah.
Tell me how you came up with that.
Well, there's a good bit of Fang that is autobiographical for me, and not exactly like the story of my life, but I did kind of draw from some experiences that I had and made it a little bit more dramatic and intense for the movie and for the overall premise, which is the main character, Billy, gets bitten by a rat in his house, and then he thinks that he's turning into a rat after that. That idea.
I hate rats. That's why it was kind of creepy. Let me tell you something. You want to hear me scream like a girl?
Yeah, sure.
Put a rat in front of me, dead or alive. So that's why the film itself was pretty creepy.
Oh, thank you. Well, if you come here to Chicago, you're probably gonna see some rats if you go on like the subway tunnels.
So you said, were you bitten by a rat in real life?
No. Well, what happened was, like, at my dad's house when I was a teenager, my dad was pretty sick. At this point, he had Parkinson's, and so things were kind of.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, thanks, man. And so things were kind of like deteriorating at home. Like, it was not very clean in there. And then one night, like, I saw there was like a brown recluse spider in my bedroom. And then it turned out that we had like a brown recluse infestation. And thankfully, I never got bit by the spiders. I did see them multiple times, like at home. So that got me thinking, like if Fang is about like a spider, like, and he gets
the wheels started turning, huh? The wheels started turning.
Oh, yeah. And if he thinks he's turning into a spider, that would be too much like Spider-Man. So I was thinking like a rat would be better.
Wow. That's amazing. And that's I guess that's where the creative geniuses come out of life experience, and you could switch it around and
totally. And it's always the most random life experiences that have given me the best ideas. Like, it's never something that you would think would be like a big thing. It's always something random. So
and besides Fang, obviously that's been pretty much. I know you're proud of everything you've done, and obviously Fang is your baby because that was your first feature.
It's my rat baby.
Besides Fang, what's been your most the one film, whether short or feature length, what's been that one film that said, man, that was wow, I am so proud of that one. Besides Fang, which one is it?
Thank you. Well, for now, Fang is it's definitely the biggest project that I've completed successfully. And I have one thing I like to do a lot of is make short videos. This is kind of like an experiment and for fun. And I have another feature in the works that I'm kind of approaching that way, which is called Malsomnia. And Malsomnia is about this guy named Benny who gets brought back to life by like a mad scientist, or not exactly a mad scientist. He's more like he wants to get like famous by figuring out how to do this. But then after Benny gets brought back to life, then he starts having all of these memories of his past life coming back, and then we eventually learn the reason why he died. But then he ends up going crazy because he keeps remembering everything that happened in his past life. And for Malsomnia, like I want to take like a very experimental approach to making it. Like a lot of it is like going to be like filmed remotely, like having different actors like film their scenes at home and then send it to me, and those are like the memory fragments. And I'm gonna have other parts of it be like kind of computer animated, which I'm still figuring out the best way to do that. So that's another project that I'm pretty excited about, and I think will be very different from anything else I'm doing.
You know what? I've heard some quite a few film creators, and I've interviewed a few of them where they do that. They have had people film their own parts
Oh, totally.
from their own country or their own state
Oh, yeah.
at home, and well, it saves on money
Absolutely.
for you guys. It saves money on you guys, and so far, and it's been working. I guess it has worked.
Definitely. And that's kind of the thing, you know, with the 21st century, like, and that gives me ideas too, is like seeing like all of this technology that we have now, like really living in the digital world and how that impacts our lives. That's definitely something I've been thinking about, and hopefully I can sort of get some of that experience across on film.
Yeah, definitely. Has there been a film you've been disappointed about? Has there been anything you've been disappointed about?
That I've made. Well, I guess I can't really be too objective about stuff that I've made because, like, I think every creative person, and not every creative person will admit it, but we all have pretty big egos about our work. And at the same time, like if it's something I created a long time ago and I go back to look at it now, like half the time I can't even stand to look at it. Like if I look at something I wrote like 10 years ago, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Oh my God. So if I write something and I look at it like 6 months or a year later and I still like it, then, you know, that's how I know it's pretty solid. And Fang, I'm still really like Fang a lot. I think some aspects of the movie could be improved, but overall, I'm really proud of the way it turned out.
Yeah, no, like I say, you did a very good job with
Oh,
that.
thank you.
And where do you find your actors or actresses? I mean, do you do an audition? Do you have people come out for audition, or do you have people already? You already have people in mind of who's going to play what?
Well, nowadays it's more like having people in mind already for who's gonna play what. With Fang, because I didn't really know too many actors or actresses back when I made it, I put out an audition notice on backstage.com and had the actors send me video auditions. And the interesting thing about doing it that way is like you get like hundreds of submissions for like the most random roles. Like the nurse role has like, I think like one line of dialogue, and that gets like over 100 people applying. And then for the main characters, like you can kind of tell pretty quickly if the actor is getting the right idea or not. And one thing that really stood out to me for Dylan LeRay's audition to play Billy, and I think this is why I decided to cast him, is that like most of the actors, when I said, you know, you can do any part of the script that you want for your audition, most of them were choosing like the monologues to kind of like show off like more like acting. But then Dylan, he like did like a mostly like nonverbal audition, and that made a strong impression on me because like a lot of the scenes with Billy and Fang, he doesn't really say much. So I think that was why I cast him, and he really did a phenomenal job. I'm really grateful for all the actors and crew I got to work with.
Do you travel a lot for your films, or are they mostly in Chicago?
Oh, I've traveled a lot throughout my life, not too much for my movies yet. Going to Canada this year to film the Slaughter Brothers. That's going to be my
Oh wow,
first
so
time
that's gonna be in
filming in a
Canada.
foreign country. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Where
thank you.
where about? Where in Canada?
Going to be in Stratford, Ontario. It's sort of like, yeah, and this town is really cool. They have like the Shakespeare Festival. It's a very theatrical town in Canada, and it's about 2 hours west of Toronto and 2 hours east of the border with Michigan. So not too far from Chicago.
So you're gonna be doing some sightseeing as well.
Oh yeah,
You'll make a vacation out of it,
gonna
huh?
be pretty sweet.
Nice.
Oh, every time I'm on set, it is like a work vacation because it feels amazing to be there, but then it's also like work at the same time.
Yeah. So, and what's been some of your favorite places that why during your films? What's been some of your favorite places that you visited outside of Chicago?
Well, for Fang, we did film part of it outside of Chicago at the Hell's Gate Haunted House in Lockport, Illinois. It's about, I think, about 40 miles outside of Chicago. So it was really cool to get to film in a haunted house. And if I had known like in advance that we would get to film there, I would have totally written that into the script somehow to have like a haunted house scene. But it was really cool like to actually get to see it like not operational because normally you only get to see it when it's all like set up.
Yeah. Any plans on you being being in front of the camera instead of just being behind the camera? Do you have any plans in acting?
Oh, I did have a brief acting role in Fang. I played Dr. Rat, but my face was covered.
Oh, I was just saying. Oh, wait a second. I didn't see you in the film. What are you talking about? Okay. So you did have a small role. Okay.
Yeah, well, like the rat costume was covering my
That
face.
was you.
That was me as Dr. Rat, and then our script supervisor Morgan Bassey played the Rat King, and I was Dr. Rat. And I do plan on doing some more acting in Malsomnia since that's going to be like me filming myself at home. But usually, like if it's a movie that has like a kind of like a whole crew working on it, then I need to concentrate on what's being filmed.
Yeah. Do you enjoy the acting part of it? Do you enjoy acting?
It does feel good.
It does.
Oh yeah.
Cool, man. Cool.
Oh,
Any
thanks.
any interesting stories on set? I love asking this question. This is one of my favorite questions. You never know what stories people are going to come up with. Just try and keep it clean.
Oh
Try
yeah.
and keep it PG.
I do have some stories.
Share, please.
Well, in Fang, like in the first filming location that we had, like for the house where the Cochran's, Billy and Gina live, like this was a house that had some serious like electrical problems. Like we couldn't like run like all of the camera gear and the heater at the same time, and this was
Oh my
like in
God.
January in Chicago, so it was kind of cold in there. Like we would be like running the heat, and then we turn off the heater, film, then turn the heater back on, and then eventually the electrical situation in this house got worse. Like the TV in the living room caught on fire, which I really wish I had actually been there to see it or film it. But that's something people told me that it happened. So then eventually we decided, we just have to get a different house. This one is not going to work. And our producer, Robert Felker, he did an amazing job finding a new house for us to film in right away.
Oh my God, that's wow. Wow. What are your ultimate goals as for your career? As what are your ultimate goals?
I guess my ultimate goal is to be able to keep doing it for the rest of my life, make a good living from it, get on TV. Like, I guess, like, I don't really, all of the movie ideas I have could be done on like a reasonably low budget. So I don't need to make something that's like a huge movie, but I do want to be able to keep doing this for as long as I'm alive and get my work out there to more and more people and make some more money from it.
What do you like to do for fun?
Well, this is sort of
besides film, outside of film, what do you like to do for fun?
I do like to go on long walks and travel and watch movies, of course. And I've been getting back into going to concerts recently. There's a band that wants me to direct a music video for them, so that's something I definitely want to do more of because I always enjoy it when I do.
Who are your favorite bands? Who do you like to go see?
That's like too hard to choose. Like I'm kind of like with music, it really depends on like what mood I'm in. Like it could be anything from like heavy metal and punk rock to like just like this very like wholesome pop music. But when I'm in that kind of mood, I'm like, I can dig it.
What's in store for Richard for the remainder of the year in 2026?
Oh yeah. Well, I hope to be back on set several more times in 2026. I have like projects like in different stages of development, so some of them are not quite as ready to be filmed yet. But I'm hoping like if everything goes according to plan, which it usually doesn't, but if everything works out the way that I'm planning it now, I'll get to be directing a couple more movies in 2026.
When are we expecting Slaughterhouse? Is Slaughterhouse that's in pre-production, right?
Oh
You
yeah.
guys haven't started filming yet, right?
We haven't started filming yet. No, I
Slaughter
think
Brothers.
For the Slaughter Brothers, we'll probably have it finished sometime in 2026. Our goal is to get it to like either premiere like at the Toronto Film Festival because that's a big one, or like something else around that time in the festival season in September 2026.
Cool, man. Cool. Anything else you want to share before we part?
Well, I really appreciate you having me on the show. You're asking me some really good questions, and I can tell, you're really passionate about movies and interviewing people. So I just wanted to say I really appreciate you, man. And I hope everybody who's watching this and listening now, I hope you all get a chance to watch Fang and all of my other movies after they get released. And I hope you have a fantastic time watching.
I love that.
Oh,
I
thanks.
love that. I
mean,
love
if you get to know me more, you're going to hear me say that about 500,000 times, all of my Fang puns. So enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, folks, Richard's IMDb page, which is the list of all his films, all his upcoming films. I'm going to share that here. I'm going to share that on my Facebook page.
Oh, thank you.
Check out, absolutely, man. Your the Fang link will be on here, so people could get scared and freaked out by the film. The film is a good film. Listen, it's not one. Those that know me know I hate rats. It's not one of those films where you get where you have to. No, it's not one of those.
A little bit of that.
It is a little, but it's a good storytelling. It's a good story.
You.
Absolutely, man. I like the dialogue between the characters is really good as well. So you guys will enjoy I think you guys will enjoy the film. But support.
I think so too. I'm a little bit biased, but
of course,
think everybody watching this will really enjoy Fang, and I really appreciate the opportunity to get to talk about it and have more people check it out.
Of course, man. Of course. You have a supporter here. You have a friend in me as well.
You have a friend in me too.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
So, guys, make sure you guys share this this podcast. Let's support this guy. Let's support Richard, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. And again, share it, man. Share it.
Absolutely,
Richard,
man.
thanks for joining me, man.
Well,
Thank you for the
so
stories.
much, JC. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and a rat-tacular weekend.
Oh, I haven't heard that one before. I haven't heard that spectacular. I haven't heard that one. Thank you. You too, brother. God bless you guys.
Too,
Thank you.
Great talking to you.
Same here.